Hi, my name is Danielle Paquette, and this is my little friend Towner, who's going to be helping me out today. He's not very happy about waking up this early, but so get over it. He is an 8-year-old American saddlebred, so he's not your typical Western horse, but he's going to make do for today. First, I'm going to start off by grooming him. When grooming horses, we have our basic tools. We have a curry comb. We're going to need a hard brush, a softer brush, and a hoof pick. Those will be our weapons today. Going to start off with the curry comb. I know you hate me right now. I know. Okay. Now, when using a curry comb, the point is to get the big chunks of dirt off, and the majority of it. You're going to go in big circles, and you're going to start up high and up front, and then you're going to work your way down to the back of the horse. The point of that is pretty simple. You don't want to get dirt over the places you just brushed. So we're going to press pretty hard in circular motion, just all over the horse's body. Now you'll find the horse is more sensitive in some regions than others, specifically by their girth. Sometimes they get a little mad, but he's just going to get over it right now. And he's actually pretty clean because he gets ridden and used pretty much every day. But it's still good to just go over him. Again, he's going to start up high by his neck. You'll find certain places feel really good, and he'll start wiggling his lip and pushing into it a little bit. All horses have their little fun. What are you doing? Every now and then I'm just going to hit it against something to get all the dirt that's getting stuck in there out. He's pretty clean. Buddy. Next we have the hard brush. Now the hard brush is just to get some of the finer dust off. You're then going to start up by his neck, and you're just going to make short kind of flicking motions. Important to flick at the end because that's what actually gets the dirt off. Got it. Again, you're going to start at the front of the horse and work your way back. Now he's dancing around a little bit because he's not happy, and that's just typical Towner. Stop. Stop. Now you'll see whenever I walk in front of him, I will put my hand on his halter because he enjoys eating people in the morning. So, I'm just going to put my hand up here so he can't take a nice bite out of me. Do the same thing on the other side. Notice I'm staying to the side of his butt. I'm not walking directly behind him right now because he's not too happy with me and I don't want to risk him kicking. Jump him. And when I'm done with this brush, I'm just going to rub it up against something to get all the dirt out of it. This one is essentially the same thing as a hard brush, but if you feel and you run your fingers over it, this one's a little more coarse and this one's a little softer. This just gets the finer dust. This gets the majority of it. So when I've done the hard brush, I just like to run them over with the finer bristles again real quick. You do the same thing, start up high, short flicking motions. And now when I do choose to walk behind him, I'm going to put my hand on his butt and walk around him. They can't see directly behind them, so it's just a reminder to tell them that I'm right there. You're making all sorts of funny faces this morning, buddy. Okay. Then we have our hoof pick. Looks like this. So what we use to clean their feet out. It's really important to clean the horse's feet out both before and after you work them, at least I do, because you don't want any debris to get up in there. The point of cleaning the horse's foot out mainly is you don't want the dirt to get packed in there, and sometimes there'll be little stones. If the stones get stuck in there too long, it could cause the horse to potentially go lame, and it's just not very comfortable for him. Now, when picking out a hoof, there's different ways to do it. You don't want to stand directly in front of the horse's foot like this. You also don't want to stand directly behind the horse like this. You don't want to get kicked. Also, it's not going to make it very easy if you face towards the horse's head to pick up the foot. So instead you're going to turn towards the horse's butt. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand and you're going to run it down the back of his leg. When you get to about the ankle, he knows what to do. You're going to squeeze his foot a little bit. You're going to slide your foot down, your hand down under the foot until it looks like this. Now you can see there's a lot of dirt packed in there right now. Now the horse has a thing called a frog, which is a V right here. That's the sensitive part of the horse's foot. So you don't want to really dig on in there and get under that. Instead you want to start around the edge and just dig on in there with your little hook pick. And the dirt will kind of just fall out like that. Right around the edge. And have to kind of dig in there at certain spots. Alright. Now you can see the horse's frog right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. You're going to just let him gently put his foot back down. Same concept with the back foot. Just going to run your hand down him, run your hand down his butt, just to tell him you're there. Going to pick up the back foot. Now with the back foot, he wants to bring it all the way out here. You're just going to walk it forward a little bit so it's a little more comfortable for him. And you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to dig in there, working around that V-shaped frog. We didn't really see any rocks, but there was some dirt packed in there, so it will just be a little bit more comfortable for him. And then again, you're just going to gently drop his foot, kind of let him put it down where it's comfortable. Again, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm just going to put my hand around his butt. So he knows that I'm right there. I'm going to do the same thing. Whenever I'm picking up their feet, make sure you're going to stand towards the horse's butt. Same thing on this side real quick. And again, you want to make sure, I'm doing a little bit, that your feet are stay next to him. So that if you were to jerk his foot down on you, if you were to do it right here, he'd get my foot. You don't want to risk that, so you just want to stay to his side. There you go. Good boy. Oh, I know. Okay. Now the thing about these saddlebreds that is special is their tails are worth more than our lives. So therefore, they're pretty much the most important thing on the horse, and we have to take care of them. You'll notice his is braided up right now, but his feathers are still down. So it's important every time before we ride them. Just with these guys, we wet their tails down along the part, just to encourage them to grow the right way. Which is a little unique to the whole saddlebred show horse thing. Now also with him, he gets these wonderful things called polos. Basically, they're kind of like an ace wrap in an idea. They just go around his two front legs to support his tendons. I'll put those on real quick. These just start at the top and then go down in about 1 or 2 inch increments. They're going to cut down around his ankle and come back up. I'm just going to go around to the other foot and do the same thing. Other leg. How about... You want to make them tight enough that they can give that support, but you don't want to make them too tight that you cut off your circulation and cord them. There we go, grab his tack. Oh, and now it's time to tack him up. First, you're going to need a saddle pad. Saddle pad, you just come onto the horse's side. Just lift it up and gently place him on his back. Now, he is used to going English, so he's probably like, what the heck is on me right now? Then we have the Western saddle. Which is right here. You just do the same thing. Just lift it up and set it as gently as you can on the horse's back. I usually take the right stirrup and drape it over the horn right here to make life a little easier for myself. Just going to gently set it down on him. Now another thing I'm going to make sure to do is lift the front of the saddle pad up a little bit so it doesn't pinch his withers.